Hey guys, it's Catherine. Welcome back to the channel and happy Saturday to you. Take a look at today's project. It's simply two cubed ottomans that I have been asked to repurpose or reupholster for a co-worker friend of mine, Shauna. And they're in pretty good shape right now. I guess you just want to spruce them up just a little bit. So take a close look at them. And like I said, you know, they're in pretty good shape. And it is a storage ottoman. And, you know, the top does come off. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to, you know, go ahead and change out the fabric on it, and not sure if I'm going to put legs on it or not, but very well may put legs on it, and then maybe put some little decorative handles on the side, and then on the top perhaps I may do some sort of tufted button look on the top of it. So if you're interested in what we're going to do, then just keep on watching. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time I do upload a new video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get this project started. All right, guys, here's the fabric I got. Take a look at it. It is a gray, but it's more of a charcoal gray, and it kind of looks like either like crocodile skin or alligator skin. But I like it a lot, and she did say that her living room was mostly grays. So I wanted to try to, you know, stay in that, although I do like it when someone gives me complete creative control to do what I like. But I stayed within the gray family, and I got it from Walmart in the fabric department, and I got 1.5 yards of it just because I don't like piecing anything together, and the width of it alone wasn't wide enough, you know, for me to get less than that. So I got about 1.5 yards of it. And I can't wait to get started because it's going to be so cute. All right, and so first what I'm going to do is, you know, I'm going to take it and I'm going to open it up and just cut it straight down the center, right on that crease. I'm going to just cut it right down the center so that that way I have one for each ottoman. All right. Okay, I've got it cut already. I've got 2 pieces cut. And like I said, one will be for one ottoman and the other one will be for the other. Now, I think I forgot to tell you, this fabric was only $8.97 a yard at Walmart, and I did get 1.5 yards. So I paid about $13 and some change for it. So, you know, that's not a bad price at all. And take a look at it. It's kind of like a faux leather fabric, if that's what you want to call it. But it's kind of like a faux leather, and it, like I said, it is the alligator crocodile skin. Now, I'm not sure, I didn't give you a materials list because I'm not sure of everything that I'm going to do with it and what I'm going to use. However, I do know that I will be using my stapler gun because that is how I'm going to attach it. And so I don't have the feet. If I am going to put feet on it, I don't have those yet. And I don't have the knobs or the handles for the side because I couldn't find them when I was in Walmart, but I will get them, you know, from Joann's. I'll run back out and get those. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I've got the ottoman turned on its side, and what I'm doing now is, I don't know if you can see right here, But this piece of fabric here, there are staples. So I've got to go around the entire, can you see it? The entire side, and remove all of the staples. And then once I do, you'll be able to see how I'm going to attach my fabric. But you know, there's just staples all around the side, maybe about every couple of inches or so. Okay, got the fabric laid out on the floor, just all stretched out. And I've got the ottoman flipped on one side now. I'm not sure if I want to bring it to the edge so that it gives me a clean finish. Since I don't have anything on the bottom to grip it to, but I'm thinking I want to just push it away just a little bit, and then that way I can still just tack it to the bottom here where that seam down there is. Just tack it underneath, then that way it'll give it a cleaner finish. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just a little bit, maybe like a 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 of an inch over laid. Yep, I think that's what we're gonna do. So again, we're going to leave about a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch overhang, and then we're going to tack it on the very bottom, right where the seam is, where they've stitched it. All right, this is the ottoman sitting up right now. I'm gonna flip it over, and now this is the bottom. I don't think I'm going to be able to do what I did to the top, because it looks like this piece of fabric here, it's sewn on. So I'm not going to be able to take this off at all. So what I'm going to have to do is, when I put the fabric on, I'm going to have to stop it right here. And then possibly either staple it on, or maybe attach it with some heavy duty adhesive. But that's okay, that won't be a problem, because on the top, on the inside, it will be stapled under. Show you this. Right now, this is a collapsible ottoman, which I'm sure is really, and was really convenient for her. But when I do it, she's gonna lose that collapsibility, if that's a word. But hopefully, you know, she won't mind, because it is going to be really sturdy, and it's going to be so much more nicer. So I don't think that that's going to be a problem. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and lay the fabric on, and show you how we're going to attach the fabric on all 4 sides of this cube. Okay, so see, all of the staples have been removed. Just turning it so that you can see all the staples have been removed, and I was able to drop this piece of fabric down. So that's all I need, is just to take it down just that little bit. I really like the way that this was constructed, because when I put the new fabric on and drape it over and staple it on here, then I'll put this piece of fabric, you know, back up on top, and then put the staples underneath. So it really was constructed really, really well. So I've got all the staples out of, you know, one of the ottomans. And so now I'm going to get the fabric and just lay it on it and show you, you know, what we're gonna do from there. All right, guys, so I've changed my mind about something. I'm not going to staple the fabric down to the ottoman. I went and purchased some 3M self-adhesive, or excuse me, multi-purpose adhesive spray. And it's really heavy-duty, strong-purpose, multi-purpose spray. And I'm going to attach the fabric to the ottoman with this spray instead of using the staples. The staples were starting to, come through on the other side. I could feel them on the other side, and so I don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray it. Now I'm outside in the garage where I'm going to spray one complete side of the ottoman. Then I'm going to put the fabric on and then rotate it and spray the other side, okay? Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. Give my can a good shaking. Alright, so here we go. Giving it a really good spray. And it sticks really fast. So I've got my fabric. And I'm just going to come just like this. And smooth it out. And then I'll worry about, well, this part here, this is the part that's going to go underneath. And then the black flap that we took the staples out is going to go on top of that. And then the bottom, either we're going to cut it off here or just leave a little bit at the bottom, to tack on. Alright, but see, look at that. I mean, that is stuck. Alright, so now I'm going to take and rotate the ottoman. Move this fabric out the way. Lots of spray. This fabric is so thick it's not going to come through. Flip it over. Smooth it out. Alright, you got the idea, right? Alright. Flip it over again. Move that out the way. Give it a good spray. Alright, take, flip it over, smooth it out. This really is some nice fabric, and I like it because it's not cloth, so it's going to be really easy to clean. Should she need to clean it, should she get some spots on it or something, it's going to be really easy to clean. Alright, now the last side here, I'm going to cut just a little bit of this off because I want to get this part on the actual ottoman. And then the overlay here, I'll figure that out. Alright, so frame the last side. And definitely you need to be in the garage with this stuff because these films pretty strong. Alright. So I've got the last side on. Now for this part, I'm okay just laying it over like this because you really can't see. You really can't see, you know, where it's starting and stopping. And then I've got some decorative trim that I am going to be putting on as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get this last part. Let me take a look at something, see if maybe I should. Okay guys, so I've gotten it all adhered to the Ottoman. Take a look at it. You know, it's glued down all around, and this is the bottom where I'm going to just cut a little bit off and tuck it under, and then the top is here, and you know what we're going to do there. So let me go ahead and get the excess on the bottom cut off, and then I'll come back and let you see me attach it. All right? All right, I have got it all trimmed down enough. So now I'm going to go ahead and start stapling the bottom down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the corners first and just staple down. Okay, so take a look at the bottom. It is stapled, you know, all around. And the staples, I mean, they're okay because you can't see them, and then, you know, this is the part that's going to sit flush on the ground, or actually it's going to have legs underneath it. So I'm okay with the bottom with the staples, but because it's not for me, I'm going to finish that off so that you don't see the staples. And by that I mean, just take a look at what I do. Okay, all right, so now this is what we're going to put on the bottom. I've got this trim, and it's really, really pretty. It's not really wide. It's probably about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch wide. And I think what I want to do is, just because, you know, I don't want to see the staples, not that you're going to see them anyway because they're on the bottom, but I think I want to put the trim right around here, just around the edge, and it'll give it a more finished look. Now I am just going to attach it with hot glue, and once I get it all on, if there's any overhanging here, I'll trim it off, and then I'll flip it back up to the camera so that you can see what it looks like. All right, bottom is all done. Take a look at that. And you see I put trim all around the bottom there, just so that you wouldn't see the staples. And so now I'm going to flip it right side up, and then we're going to begin to work on the top here. Now remember with the top, let me just turn it so that you can see. We're going to take and turn this under, staple down, and then put this back, and it gives it a neat, clean finish. All right, so let me go ahead and get that started, and then let you see what it looks like, you know, once I'm done. All right, guys, so take a look at the inside. I've got the vinyl all sewn down or stapled down, and then I've gone ahead and attached the inner lining, you know, back the way that it initially was. So take a look at that. I think it looks pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. All right, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to just sit that to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and get the top, and we're going to start on the top. I think that I'm going to actually first I'm going to remove this button, remove the button, and then I'm just going to flip it over and inspect the inside. Now, this is down pretty good and tight. So remember on the bottom part we removed, you know, this, just pulled it back just a little bit so that we could staple the vinyl underneath and then flip it back up. I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I think I'm just going to let the vinyl stop right here. You know, just let it stop right here. And then if the staples are showing, then, you know, I'll go in with the trim that we did on the bottom and then just put the trim on. So let me get the fabric all laid out and then I'll show you. Alright guys, so here's the top. And as I said, I'm going to go ahead and remove this button here because we are going to use it on top of the new fabric. Alright, so let me just grab my scissors and cut away. Button's stubborn. I may have to replace it. Nope, there it is. Alright, so remove the button. And then I'm just going to flip the ottoman over, and I do notice that this side here is a little weak. So actually covering it up with this fabric will actually strengthen it back up. So, you know, that's a good thing. Alright, so I've got way too much fabric than what I need. So I'm just going to trim it off on all, well, I don't need to trim it off on 4 sides, but just on 2 of the sides. Let me just fold under just to see how much I'll need. And then just eyeball it and trim it off on the other 2 sides. Alright, now I think I said, you know, I might do a little bit of tufting on the top, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I don't want to take away at all from this beautiful fabric. I really, really do love this crocodile alligator skin type fabric. So I don't want to take away from that. So I think what I'm going to do is just put the center button, you know, back in the center the way it initially was. Alright, so now that I've got all 4 sides trimmed down just a little, I'm going to get my staple gun, and then I'm just going to turn it in. Okay. I'm just going to turn it in just a little bit and staple. Now I may need to bring it upright and then just staple. Like so. So I'm just going to do that all around on the entire inside. And then we'll deal with the corners. You know, the corners are usually the tricky part. But we'll figure those out too. Alright, I'm going to just secure it on this side. And then I'm going to go ahead and go off camera and staple all around. And when I come back, I'll let you see what it looks like stapled all around before I do the corners. Alright guys, so take a look. Here's the top. Looks really, really good. And then take a look at the inside. And now I'm going to have to go back in and trim off some of this fabric because this, you know, hung over a little more than I wanted to. So I'll just trim that off, you know, in the end. And now the corners. What I'm going to have to do with the corners is I think I'm going to probably let one corner overlap like so and staple it down on the inside. Can you take a look at that? Can you see that? And then I'll go, you know, that same direction on the other side, flip it over and staple it down, you know, so that it looks like that. So let me go ahead and get that done to all 4 corners, and then I'll let you see what it looks like. Alright guys, so the top is all done. Take a look at the inside. And, you know, like I said, I still may go ahead and put some trim around here. If I do, you know, I'll let you know that that's what I'm going to do. just the same trim that I used on the bottom, especially if I have extra left over, then I may as well just use it. And then the top. Now what I'm going to do is, in the center, I'm going to put that button right back in, and let me show you how I'm going to achieve that. Now I'm just going to eyeball the center, or try to feel my way. That feels like the center right there. So I'll take my staple gun and then just staple, pushing down really deep. Doing it again. And that gives me the little indenture that I need. And the button, it's here. The color on it, I think it's fine, so I'm not going to change the color. I'm just going to hot glue it in, and then I'm going to use some stronger adhesive, Fix-All or E6000 to permanently secure it there. All right, so this part's done. So let me just take a look and see if I do want to put the trim inside. All right. All right, guys, I am all done. Take a look. Put the button on the top. It looks really, really good. It's just slightly lighter than the fabric that's on it, so it looks really, really good. Gives it a nice contrast. Take a look at all four sides. And this is where we turned the fabric. Looks really, really good. Now, I don't know if you can see right here, but I can see it. It's where, once we put the fabric on, this was the overlay, overwrap. And so, I mean, you can't see it a lot, but I know it's there, and it bothers me. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take some trim. Let me just take the top off and show you what I'm going to do. Since I've got a lot of this trim, it did come 5 feet on a spool. So I think what I'm gonna do is take the trim and then just overlap it inside just a little bit and run it down that seam. Just hot glue it on, that way it's not obvious that it's there. And then if I do it on this side, of course I need to do it on that side just for balance. And now if I have enough, I may do it on the opposite side, just so that, like I said, that it's balanced. Some people would probably say no, just do it here and on the front, on the one side, and stop. Less is more. But I don't know where they get that from, because less is not more. More is more. So I think I'm going to go ahead and definitely do it on both sides here. And if I have enough, I'm going to do it on the other side too. All right, so I'll come back as soon as I get that all glued on. All right, guys, here it is, all complete. I'm not going to do another thing to it. I think it's perfect. Here it is from the front, and as you see, I decided not to put feet on it. Again, it looks really, really good this way, so I don't want to take away from it by adding anything else to it, but it looks really, really good. Let me just give you a 360 look of it. Here it is from the top. Go around all the sides. Looking really, really good. And let me take the top off and just, looks really good. Yes, I think I'm loving it, and I hope I did Shauna well. I'm sure she'll be pleased with this. It looks really, really good, guys. All right, what do you think? Leave me some comments down below. Now I will go ahead and finish the other one off camera, but I did want to take a picture and let you see that it was all done, and then I'll stage it a little bit later and let you see what it looks like. All right. Well, once again, we have done it again. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time I do upload a new video. And if you're not new to my channel and you are a subscriber, thank you so very much. Take care of yourselves and continue to keep living your best life. Until next time, bye-bye.